And welcome to our first show of 2020. I trust you all had wonderful holidays. Glad to be back with you guys. As usual, this is your host, Grace B, coming to you from New York City, the city that never sleeps and is home to Cancer Convos with Grace B. I'm so glad to be alive and to keep sharing vital information regarding cancer and other related lifestyle issues. Thank you ever so much for connecting with me once again and for your support on my Facebook page, on YouTube, and also on Instagram. For those watching for the very first time, my show seeks to demystify the disease by discussing with experts and stakeholders in the cancer space. Ensure that you go for medical checks. Always do that. And also research everything, question everything. Seek second, third, and even fourth opinions. All right? So on today's show, I have a very amazing guest. She's a holistic health practitioner. She's the founder and CEO, Urban Health Retreat, based in Melbourne, Australia, which she has run for 30 good years. She is also a blues buff and co-anchors the Almost Blue radio show. One of a set of triplets, she assumed the role of primary caregiver to her sibling, Julie, who sadly passed away from breast cancer. She will be sharing how she coped until her sister's final days. So, without much ado, I welcome my dear friend, Michelle Richardson, to the show. Welcome, Michelle, and Happy New Year. Great to see you once again.
Thank you very much, Grace. It's an honor to be on your show. Thank you so much for allowing.
Oh, wonderful to see you.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year once again. Happy New Year. Hope everything is going okay with you.
Yes, wonderful. Great start to the year.
Mm-hmm. Oh, great. Okay, so let's dive deep into the show. Please give us a brief introduction of yourself. That is childhood, family history, etc. Just, snippets that to let us know where you're coming from.
Okay, thank you, Grace. I'm one of three, as you mentioned, a triplet, born in 1967. So back then there wasn't much help and we were all natural. We were all left in human cribs for the last few weeks before we got home, to the chaos of my mother looking after 5 kids under the age of 5.
Okay.
Yes. And my mum having postnatal depression, but wasn't diagnosed back then. But I could understand completely, back then no disposable nappies, not a lot of good formula. So it was pretty hectic time.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's good. And then having to deal with 3 of you at the same time. Oh, my goodness. Quite rare in those days,
It was. But the 3 of us became inseparable. We depended on each other for friendship, for love, because Mum really struggled to share her love amongst 3, let alone 5 children under the age of 5, as I mentioned.
Yes. Oh, wow. That's fantastic. So, as you know, my show talks a lot about cancer and affiliated issues. And something that's very important is caregiving. And when I heard your story and I discussed with you, it really reached out to me and spoke to me, because I know how my daughter took care of me as a caregiver when I was going through cancer. And I could imagine what you went through too, looking after a loved one who is being diagnosed with cancer. And so you had to assume the role of caregiver. So now, how did your sister come to be diagnosed with breast cancer?
Well, actually, she was a health practitioner herself in holistic health. and she discovered a lump, quite an unusual lump in her left breast. Now,
Okay.
she's always said that she's had lumpy breasts. So that was, in the scheme of things, it can be quite normal to have lumpy breasts. But for this, came up over a week or very quickly. Because of her knowledge and experience, she went into, oh no, this is not right, and went straight to her doctor and said, no, we need to get this checked straight away. And within a week, she was in and out of hospital with it cut out and some lymph nodes taken out as well.
The lymph nodes in her armpits or in?
Yeah, in her armpit. She had 3 lymph nodes taken out. But they said that this can happen quite frequently. When they cut her open, it metastasized, so it leaked. So they didn't grab all the cancer. So the next stage for her was to have chemo or radiation, and she didn't want that. So she didn't go down that track. She went down the holistic track, and within 4 weeks, she actually recovered from her cancer. And her results came back negative, no cancer in her body. That was 2014.
Okay, that's quite interesting. Before we go into the caregiving topic, actually, I would like to know exactly what she did that actually made her go into remission. What was it she ate or did or whatever? When you talk about holistic, practice, holistic health practice, what steps did she take to enable her, reject chemotherapy and radiation and go down that route of holistic practice? What was it she did?
Okay, great. Interesting. Thank you for that question. With her practice and dealing with a lot of ill people across 20 or so years in what she was doing as a career, she'd seen many people go down the chemical route and have a lot of pain and discomfort. Also, with her knowledge and education, she knew there were other ways to treat illness. So she decided that because of the build-up of her stress, which was number 1 cause, she had actually said that her cancer.
She did what? Sorry?
She actually said to me that her stress had caused her cancer.
Stress caused cancer. Okay.
Yeah. She had all the knowledge.
She said so. She told you that.
Yeah. And she had quite a serious breakdown with her marriage and divorce 8 years ago, and trying to raise 2 boys, and also having a lot of judgment on herself, that she had to prove to herself and to others around her that she was good enough to be a good enough mother and run a good business. And so she wanted to go down the holistic track and not have pain that she
Hello, you've gone off.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. Could you go back a bit, please? Because I missed you there.
Yeah, for a few minutes. Yeah.
What were the steps she took for her to reject going down the traditional route of chemotherapy and radiation? What was it she did? What steps did she take?
The steps, well, she had to analyze everything again. Like, she had to change her nutrition, so change her diet completely.
So change of diet and nutrition, right?
Yeah. No sugar whatsoever. Cut out her meat, no animal products that actually are a lot of forgotten what it's called, but I'll get back to it. But she had to change her diet completely.
So she became vegan. She became vegan. Okay.
Yeah. And thank you, that's right. And filtered water, very important, fresh, clean water. And she had to talk to the water as well, so give thanks, which changes the crystals of the water to enhance your gratitude and being loved internally. Very important. Now, she got all this advice and education through all her practitioners she's dealt with over her course of her career. She had known this, and this is the thing with most people. We know what to do to prevent cancer, but often stress in our lives and our lives get too busy. We get too busy, and it's just too hard to deal with. You know? Yeah. And also she had to deal, her diet, her mental health was very important.
Diet, mental health, diet and nutrition, mental health.
And learning to love herself.
That's right. That's very important. That's very important. I like the part that you said she talked to the water before she drank it.
Yes.
That it changed the crystals. Honestly, is that some kind of Buddha-ish, but was she into Buddhism or something?
No, it's just all science-based.
Science-based.
Right, it's science-based. It's all out there for us to research. And the thing is, we must be open to the possibilities that this does exist.
Yes.
And when you're open to that, it will present itself, and it's there, science-based medicine. So this is how Julie healed her first time of cancer, and she did get it twice down the track again. She recovered the second time, but the third time she never.
Okay, we'll come down to that. How it kind of went down south later. Okay. So like you said, she discovered the cancer herself in her breast, just to go back a bit, went to the hospital, got her lymph nodes removed, everything, and then changed her lifestyle, so to speak, and went into remission without chemo or radiation. And so this happened. How long was this between the time she was diagnosed until when she started going down south? I just want to check the time span here.
Okay, Grace. It was approximately 12 months.
That's 1 year.
But she was starting to build up stress again. I can't emphasize enough to your listeners that we got to keep on track of our mental health and just allow us to be free. Julie became free of all that stuff. God, the universe gave her a warning that if you don't heal yourself of all your stress, it will come back and bite you in the butt.
Wow.
And she did, and she cleared it all, but she started to get back to her old habits. And sometimes you just can't tell people.
Old habits, when you say old habits of being stressed, right? Of worrying. Yeah.
And putting so much pressure on yourself to perform. Julie had such a high personality for herself. She wanted people to accept her as, this,
Absolutely.
And,
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah. So, back to your caregiving role. What did this entail while she was going through this? What surprised you about the role of caregiving? Was it just you taking care of her, or what about the third girl in the set of triplets? Were you together?
It was very tough. Someone had to step up and make the commitment to take care of Julie. Julie didn't want to be taken care of, right? It wasn't until the last bit where she got down to about 42 kilos. I don't know what that is.
42 kilos. Oh my God.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
5'7", so we're quite tall.
Mm-hmm.
And she first went to my sister's place to stay there. But Sharon was working full time. And I said to Julie, come and stay with me. I'll give up my work.
Mm-hmm.
For as long as it takes, I'll take care of you. Being in the field of medicine myself, and having a lot of great team members around me, we sort of
Mm-hmm.
all pulled together to support Julie. That was
Mm-hmm.
one thing that really kept me strong,
Mm-hmm.
is having people around me. And that's so important when you're a
You
caregiver.
need to, the caregiver always has to have a support system as well.
Yes, 100%. You cannot do it on your own.
Yes.
No matter how strong you think you are,
Mm,
you cannot do it on your own.
absolutely.
Mm, mm. So that's so Sharon was my other sister was quite grateful for me to do that, and I stepped up, and I would anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And Julie lived with me for 8 months, and then we decided to go. I got well enough to travel to the US to get treatment because we didn't have that.
Sorry, you went off there. Your internet, your internet.
In
Michelle,
yes,
sorry, you went off there again.
hello.
Hello.
Yeah, we're back on. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that the internet is,
being a bit difficult.
acting up.
Yeah, yeah, it's okay now. Yeah,
Okay.
good. All
Yeah.
right.
So what surprised you the most about caregiving, taking care of your sister? Did it have any positive impact on you? Did it change you for the better? Did it make you more patient? You understand? What
Yeah,
was it? Must have had some effect on you.
I realized how challenging it was because I had to be calm the whole time, even though I was being bossed around by my sister, around in a nice
Strong
way.
personality she had, right?
Yeah, she had very strong
Yeah,
personality.
and nobody
And
wants to feel, especially those of us that are on that are patients or survivors. We don't want
yeah,
to be seen as you know uh, totally dependent on anyone. So all that
um,
actually affects the patient, affects the people
yes,
that we're taking
yeah,
care of, because they
and
feel now disabled kind of thing.
yeah, yes. And I didn't realize how demanding it was.
Mm-hmm.
In my career, still looking after people, I can walk away. Where
Yes.
when you look after someone, you can't walk away.
Mm-hmm.
You're there with them 24/7. Even when you are sleeping, I have one ear open in case you need me
Exactly.
at night time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's exhausting mentally, physically. No, sometimes I wouldn't, this is so unusual, I wouldn't get up and get dressed and put my face on before midday.
Oh, wow. Yes,
For,
she was priority. Bless you for
yes,
that. She
yes,
was, you wanted her alive, and you tried to make sure that especially caregiving is very stressful, definitely. And
mm,
so, okay, you had
yeah,
your support system and everything, but how did you cope? Because I know you're a fitness freak, you're into exercise and all that.
yeah,
But
yeah,
apart from that, was there any mantra you went to your go-to space or go-to moments that for you to
yeah.
like
It's
cool
so,
down?
yeah, so important to have your go-to. And my go-to is physical exercise, whether it's yoga, Pilates, just on the stationary bike, because I couldn't really go out. So I
Hmm.
had to do everything within. And,
In.
and I put the music on, and when you exercise, you release great hormones
Yes,
that actually make you happier. So
exactly.
when you're in a state of a little bit of grief,
Mm-hmm.
whatever's going on, to do some deep breathing, meditation, and
Mm-hmm.
to go within, to be grateful. It just helps you to go forward. You know, it breaks that hard struggle that we go through. Mm,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Mm,
That's good. I'm happy that at least you were able to keep your sanity during that time
yeah.
because
Oh, most of the time.
yeah, most of the
Most
time.
of the
Thank God
time.
for that.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
do understand when people get so frustrated. At one point, I said to Julie, you got two options. We've all got choices in our life. When people say we haven't, we have. I said, you got an option to stay with me here. I'll take care of you the best I can, or you go to palliative care. And
Right.
that's
That's
it.
like hospice, right?
Hospice, yeah.
Right.
And not I didn't want to do that, but I was
No.
so demanding that I was so stressed. And we got to look after ourselves as carers. You know, sometimes we have to, put our foot down
Mm-hmm.
nicely as you can, right, and say,
Mm-hmm.
look, I'm going to do the best I can, but I need your help as well to
Mm-hmm.
work together. And we did after that conversation. And she apologized, said, you don't have to apologize. Just realize that I'm going through grief as well. I mean, I'm not going through your illness, but I feel it because we're triplets. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
felt like I was going through the cancer as well.
Oh, yes,
Mm,
you feel it as a loved one every
yeah.
step of the way, you know.
Mm, mm.
Even nurses that are not related to us, once they
Yeah.
care, they feel it, not to talk about
Oh,
those that are taking care of us. They
yeah.
try to hide it, but we as the patients, we can see that they care, you know,
Mm,
and love us. Yeah.
yep.
That when you were going through these moments, did you have any friction? Did her illness cause any friction between you and members of your family, or because during those times everybody is like raw, you know, very, very pushed to the wall, so to speak, because there
Mm.
you are staring death in the face, a loved one. Did it bring about certain um
No, there wasn't any friction. Mm, being triplets,
mm-hmm,
we have grown to love to hate each other. It's
absolutely.
different. I guess I don't know if you have sisters or older
Mm-hmm,
sisters or younger sisters
mm-hmm.
and have that friction. We didn't.
Okay.
We were such good friends that we could actually argue and then make up within a couple.
Immediately.
Yeah, there was no grudges or anything. You know, we could actually tell each other, oh, yeah, that's not right, or
Mm-hmm,
swear at each other and get it all out in the open, which is a great thing,
mm-hmm.
and then process it and be calm and loving afterwards. So it's a great
Exactly.
thing to have. Mm.
Yeah. But what were your thoughts during your sister's diagnosis? Did you, as you know, her sibling, ever fear that, oh, we were basically born at the same time, so probably I could equally have BC, I mean, breast cancer like she did.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
those thoughts ever, you know, nudge you or give you some kind
Right.
of fear or reservations?
No, they never entered my mind. My upbringing and my education and wisdom, I do not believe in that we had the gene. Genes can be changed within a thought or a process. And there's lots of science-based evidence
Genes,
out there.
please repeat that. Genes can be changed through a thought
With,
process.
yes,
Kidding
yes,
me there. I'm learning something through a thought
no,
process.
yeah, yeah. There's a wonderful gentleman called Dr. Joe Dispenza.
A German,
He's a
right?
no, he's Australian. Oh no, sorry, not Australian, American.
Oh,
He's done
American. Mm-hmm.
he's done a lot of work in the UK, and he's a renowned scientist, a neurological scientist and doctor. Yeah, yeah. We are not who we are. We are our thoughts. Mm,
Yes, that is true. We are not who
Mm.
we are our thoughts. That is true. But when we're
Mm.
talking about real science here, one
Yeah.
wouldn't think that genes that you're born with and you come into this world with can be changed just by thoughts, you know.
Yes.
You need
Our
to send me
brain.
a link for that book, or that
I
article,
definitely
because
do.
I would love to read it and share. That's amazing. I'm just hearing that for the first time.
It's incredible that we can, by our brain, our whole bodies are miracles, are miracles. And Dr. Joe Dispenza was in a serious push bike accident, and they told him he would never walk again. He was a doctor at the time. And he said to God or the universe, while
Hmm.
laying on his hospital bed, if I ever get up and walk again, I will devote my time to the human race and teaching people how to heal themselves.
Sorry,
And
he told God that if he ever got up to walk again, I missed the last part. Sorry.
he, he would devote his time and educate people how to heal themselves.
Right. Okay. He
And
would
he did.
devote his time to
Yeah,
teaching people how to heal themselves.
yeah.
Dr.
Through
Spencer,
meditation.
right? Dr.
Yeah,
Spencer?
Dr. Joe Dispenza. Mm.
Joseph
Joe,
Spencer.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Joe.
I'll
Yeah.
look him up. Mm. That's very interesting. That's something worth reading, really. And so he came out of
Mm.
it, right? He came
Mm-hmm.
out of it
Yeah.
from that
Yes.
accident. He got
Yeah.
healed.
Yeah.
Mm.
He healed himself. It didn't happen overnight, but he had to
No,
really,
gradual. Yes.
yeah, he had to really get in his subconscious because, coming back to fear based, your frontal lobe, your what you think you become. And we
Yes.
have to get out, we have to actually push ourselves away from that
Mm-hmm.
and connect to ourselves, our spiritual energy, and make that work for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense.
Mm.
Yes. We are what we think, actually. We are
Yeah.
simply what we think.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. That's amazing. That's some very pertinent information that you have shared there, and I'm sure my
Thank
viewers
you.
would really love to, um, take it up and
Yeah.
read about it. So there came the blow, the shock, and just when you thought that Julie was getting much better and everything, um, her health now, goes down south, and she passes away.
Mhm.
How frustrated were you that, I mean, with all that you did as a caregiver, with all the effort and traveling to the States with her, spending money, all that, she didn't survive? How frustrated were you? What did you think?
After she passed away, I found her journal. I was reading lots of her journal, and her mental state, even though we're going through all this amazing treatment, and having all these wonderful products for her, help her heal, her mental state was not with it.
Oh,
I
so
was in horror when I read her journals of how she hated herself. She disliked herself. She disliked the people around her. But on the surface, she was smiling and not happy, because you can't be happy when you're going
you can
through.
be happy when you have
No,
cancer.
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
But she never admitted how angry she was at life. She was angry that how could she go through her divorce? How could her past relationships be so mean to her? How could her mum and dad, my mum and dad, not give her enough love as a child? So she blamed everyone else for her inadequacy. You know?
Oh, poor baby.
Yeah,
Hmm. Mm.
but
So
that's how it is.
that took its toll on her mentally.
Yeah, yeah. And she
Um,
never got past that. Her beliefs as a child
oh wow.
took her into adulthood. And this is what cancer is. Cancer is a disease that eats at us. And our immune system is so low that it can't fight this war, the internal war, a mental war and a physical war.
At the same time.
Yeah.
It's mental and physical while dealing with cancer is a total war.
Yeah.
It is, yes.
And then on top of that, Grace, if you go down the chemo and radiation track, which is fine, whatever you choose, you've got that on top of it as well. So your body is just bombarded all the time. You know, so to beat
with
cancer,
already a lot of toxic material, not to talk about what you're now dealing with on an everyday level, you know, divorce, children, inadequacy, inadequate love, all that, parents stuff. I know.
Yeah. So it takes a very strong person to actually stand on your own 2 feet and push all that aside and go, no, I'm me. I accept myself for who I am. Even for myself, that took a lot of learning. That took 30 years of learning. Now I'm at the point of thinking, yes, I'm me. If you don't like me, well, you can just go away.
Yes.
Yeah.
But self-love first before anybody else loves you.
Yes.
So if you don't love yourself, nobody's going to love you. If you don't show that you love yourself, nobody is. You've got to love yourself first. And when you love yourself first, you'll be able to spread that love too. And I'm sure that's what you know, kind of tore her into pieces, because already she was thinking all that. That's my take anyway, because I always stress mental health and everything. I did a lot of work at the United Nations regarding mental health. I read so many articles, I wrote so many papers, and my colleague was actually a psychologist. And when she tell me stories and you know, what is it? There were case studies about just your everyday people are just people that are successful, that are rich, that have everything going for them, and they just either commit suicide or just let themselves go. Just let themselves go. You know, you can will yourself to die. I was
100%. Yeah.
You can just shut down. Once you shut down mentally, every other thing goes. So it's a scary thought process, actually.
It is.
Yeah. So during our very first Zoom meeting, you had mentioned something about you and your sister while she was still alive, that you and your sister had a kind of vision before she passed away. What was this vision all about? What is it all about? And is the vision still in existence, or it has died because your sister is no more?
No, it hasn't died. Actually, it's the opposite. I have revved it up. Our vision was to create an integration of health medicine facility to bring the Western world and the East and philosophy world together, so people can come into a facility and make their own choices, not being told that you must do this.
So they have options as to what route they want to take.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I believe when you have your path of healing within you, you are starting to heal. If you are told that you must do this, but you're feeling, no, I don't want to, you're at a balance and you're fighting internally. But if you go to a path where you know what is right for you, then you have a 50 to 90% chance of healing faster and better results.
Yes, but at the same time, I mean, how do I know what's right for me? A lot of people may come to that facility and say, okay, I have this medical problem. I don't know how to go about it. Please advise me. You, as the professional, as the practitioner, you would be asked that question, I'm sure, several
Oh, yes,
times.
yes. It's about letting people get out of their fear. Education, so important. Our belief systems, we get so stuck in what we believe, and some of the time it's not true. Don't know. You know why we don't know? We don't know. Because if you have science-based evidence, you're saying, and it's tangible, and you give them the option, and it does you no harm, then it might be the right thing for them to go down the natural healing process with integration of medicine of the Western and Eastern philosophy.
So the integration of Eastern and Western medicine.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
People can choose radiation and chemotherapy, but even in the government sector around the world, especially the medical board in Australia, emphasise that meditation, exercise, good health, nutrition is vital to going down the route of chemicals and having your cancer treatments like that as well. So it's a balance of one thing and another, not just
a balance.
one.
Yes, yes.
So we have to offer people a place where they can experience that as well. You know, somewhere where they can have, because I don't know, you've been to hospital yourself, and with Julie being in hospital, with food was not.
Don't even talk about that. Hospital food is horrible. You're kidding me.
No, Grace, every time she was in hospital getting transfusions, blood transfusions, because she's losing a lot of blood, she was getting anemic. I would go down to the juice shop in the street and get at least 2 or 3 litres of celery juice. Now, celery is a great natural way to reduce inflammation and cool down the body.
Yes. I know about that. Celery is very good for cooling down the body. It kind of puts your pH level as balanced. I was reading somewhere, because sometimes inflammation starts from a rise or fall of your body temperature.
Yeah, and your body temperature is the reason why your body temperature rises, because it's working efficiently to kill the bugs or whatever is going on in your body. It's
bacteria or whatever. Yes.
Yeah. And the cafeteria in the hospitals didn't have juices.
Wow. Right? Can you imagine that? Not at all.
No, you could get, iced coffee,
yeah, but the real healthy drinks you won't find in the hospital, but you'll see Diet Coke. You'll see.
Or you would get orange juice that was manufactured with heaps of sugar.
Yeah, over concentrated.
Yeah. Yes, like you said, we won't go there.
No. Oh, wow. No, not at all. Not at all.
But this is why our facility with Julian, our vision is to build this, and her branding was called Miamba, the spirit of good health.
Okay.
It's an Aboriginal name, and I'm making steps to bring that to remission for the future.
That's wonderful. That I'm so happy that you have carried on from where she left off, or you guys left off. There's continuity of the legacy. That is a good one. So okay, as CEO of UHR, which is Urban Health Retreat, what is your corporate philosophy? How do you sell yourself as regards this?
I just share knowledge that is passed down from other experts that I have contained, and sharing knowledge. It's so important to give people the options of how they would like to heal.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have clients who only believe in taking drugs. And that's okay. I go, great. And they're doing really well. You know, their life is great. And I have other clients who will not touch the drug, or the drugs are making them feel very, very
Very
sick.
sick, yes.
Yeah,
Very sick.
yeah. Your mind is a
Absolutely.
very powerful thing,
Mm.
right? Very powerful. And you have the power to make yourself
Mm.
as healthy as you want.
Absolutely. I
Mm,
agree with you 110% as regards that.
yeah,
Yeah, that's true. So your corporate philosophy is passing down as much information as possible,
yeah,
sharing,
yeah,
allowing people to, decide for themselves which route they're going to take with
yeah,
very minimal coercion from your side.
yeah,
Because sometimes at the end of the day, it's good that they actually take their decisions so they're not having any regrets and say, oh, you told me to walk down this route or you told me to go this way. It's
yeah,
always them that have
yeah.
decided how they want to heal themselves.
And with Julie, you know, healing of her healing. Oh, sorry, internet. I'm back on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm back on. Sorry,
Yeah,
the phone is.
I can hear you. You were coming
Yeah,
in and out. Yeah, right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
with Julie, she had to take on the role of being responsible for her own health. Right? We cannot, as caregivers, say that we will heal them. We can't. We are just there as a support system.
Mm.
You know. And even though I didn't agree with some of the things Julie was doing,
Mm-hmm.
wasn't in my belief system,
Mm-hmm.
it is not up to me to tell her what she needs to do.
Absolutely. Yeah. At least she had that, what is it? She had choices to make and she was
Yeah,
given that. And at the
mm,
end of the day, she made her choices, you
that's right.
know.
And
Yeah.
she shared with me, Grace, you know, that I'm doing it this way. Don't tell
Mm-hmm.
me what to do. And
Mm-hmm.
so I have to just smile and go, okay,
Oh wow, that's something. You've
yeah.
done really well. You've done really well.
Thank you,
S-
Grace. It was
Um,
a hard journey.
I know,
Mm,
absolutely, I know. So, now that you've been through all that and everything,
mm,
for your own self-care, mental health, and well-being, what do you do to unwind? Because you're doing quite a lot. You're a radio show host, you're a co-anchor,
yeah.
you're into fitness,
Mm-hmm.
you run your holistic, projects and all that.
Yeah.
That's quite a lot. So how do you unwind? You know,
Getting back to nature, Grace, is the best thing. Sitting out on the grass under a tree and just
I
closing my
love that.
eyes.
Under a tree. That reminds me of when I was
Yeah,
a little girl.
yeah, yeah. When I was a little girl, like you said, I would sit up in a tree and daydream
Mm-hmm.
of my future. And actually, my future has come true from a little girl with lots of daydreaming. So,
Absolutely. Yeah, I used to climb cashew nut trees. I was a tomboy
oh,
because I grew up with four boys, my first cousins.
yeah,
So I was like the fifth boy, so to speak. So this tree story actually, made me reminisce because always on the grass, rolling around. I had always been a tomboy. It's just in recent years I now started being a lady.
that's good to
Yeah.
do that. Mm.
Yeah, but yeah, that's great. So aside this, what other projects? I know you mentioned something about a book coming out.
Yes,
Um, are you still on that as well? And
yes,
any other projects in the pipeline?
yes. I just written 3 children's books called Ricky the Robot. It's my imagination of my life story about how we can help heal the world through children's imagination. And it's
Oh,
wonderful
wow.
book. I'm
That would be
about to launch.
wonderful.
Yeah, I'm going to launch in New York in April.
You're coming to New York in April.
Yes, so be ready.
Oh,
I'm going to
yes.
catch up with you and all your audience.
Yes, definitely.
Yep. And also we're going to launch in early February in Melbourne.
Okay. You're going to do the launch in Melbourne, right?
Yeah.
Before you come
That's
to New
right.
York.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm so happy about that. And
Yeah. Thank
so
you.
manuscript finished, everything, and you're
Yep.
good to go.
Yeah.
That's
Just about to be published. Yeah.
that's nice. That's actually very nice. Really great. So this, at least you haven't been dwelling too much on sadness and all that. You've kept
Okay.
yourself busy. There's no time even to be sad or depressed because one has so much to do, you know.
And you know what? Julie, my beautiful sister, would not allow me to do that.
Mm.
When people sit in grief, it's okay to sit in grief for a short period of time, but they would not want you to sit around and not continue their life,
Mm-hmm.
continue your life. It's so important because people need you. Caregivers might have family, siblings, children,
They
and
do.
yeah,
They do.
yeah,
They have their own
yeah.
family. They have their own stuff to take care of, and it's a lot. It's a
Mm,
lot.
yeah,
And when you're taking care of someone that is faced with cancer or any other debilitating disease,
yeah.
it's it's chronic stress, really.
Oh, yes, yes,
Mm.
yeah. Especially when I got to a point in the first few months, she was getting well.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, yes, yes, she can do this. She can get over this third bout of cancer. But
Oh dear.
she got a lung infection, and that just caused her to go on oxygen and just no movement and caused her
Oh
body to break
really? She
down.
had a lung infection after that?
Yeah,
Before she
she
passed.
got,
So it was actually the lung infection that probably, maybe not the cancer.
that's right. Could be, I don't know. You know.
Yeah, we wouldn't
But
know, but anyway, there's no point in
yeah,
bringing back the past, but
no,
sometimes we question these things.
we do. Yeah. Mm.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Wow.
Mm.
Thank you so much, Michelle. So on a final note, what advice would you give to a viewer that's watching you right now on how to cope with being a caregiver? Let's say for the
Oh,
very
wow.
first time they were, I wouldn't say saddled, is not a very nice word. They were, they had to assume the position of
Yeah.
caregiver. What advice would you give to that viewer watching right now? What would you say?
Well, that's a very difficult question to answer, but from my own personal experience, is to just stay present in every day. Don't
Mm-hmm.
worry about the future.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about the past. Just
Mm-hmm.
be in loving grace at the present time that you are helping your loved one to get well. Because
Absolutely.
that's, and to realize that it's their journey, not yours. To be there to love them, to support them, and just be there for them. And take care of yourself,
Uh,
100%.
Yeah. If you can't do what you're asked to
Mm,
do.
mm,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah, there you go. So life goes on, Grace. You
Yes,
know,
life goes on, and
decade 2020. Well, there's a lot of big changes for lots of people out there.
I know, and we take one day at a time so that we reduce stress. Okay?
Yeah, Yes.
We need to
100%.
reduce stress. I mean,
Yeah.
we can do what we can, but we shouldn't kill ourselves in the process, because
That's right.
stress is the killer. And
Mm-hmm.
stress brings about inflammations, and inflammations morph into tumors, and tumors, you know, the whole cycle.
Oh, yes, yes.
So happiness is it. Even when we can't achieve our aims and ambitions, let's just remind ourselves that there's always another day. That's what
That's
I keep
right.
saying. And if I couldn't do what I needed to do today, I will always do so tomorrow.
That's
That
right.
way you
Yeah.
keep stress and depression at bay.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. That's your thoughts always. Yeah. And another great thing is to read a really good book. You
Mm.
know,
I do that a lot. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
And just
Yeah.
relax and have a cuppa like you did before coming on the
Yes.
show.
That's it. It's Sunday
Oh,
afternoon here,
I
so
know. Looks
that's
nice
nice.
and bright behind you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay.
Thank you so much, Michelle. It was wonderful you coming to the show. And I hope we'll repeat this sometime. Anyway, good luck in all your projects. Okay.
Thank you,
And I
Grace.
can't wait to see you in New York,
I will
right?
be there. Yes, you bet.
Waiting for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, my dear audience and friends, there you have it. Thank you for watching and listening to the beautiful Michelle Richardson, who has been able to give her take as to how she was able to take care of herself, take care of her sister before she passed from breast cancer, and giving us some nuggets that I'll be sharing on my Facebook page. So, if you haven't yet joined the community, Cancer Convos with Grace B community, please like us and follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And don't forget, please share. So this is Grace B signing out, wishing you peace and light. Love you guys. Adios. Bye, Michelle.
Bye, Grace.